So today during the Korean livestream, developers presented quite a few announcements, quite a new things that we're going to expect in the upcoming update, and they're kinda decent, I should tell you. So in this video I want to break down, just go through the Korean livestream and express myself about the updates that are going to come up this week. And first of all, they presented the thing that when we're going to summon for certain hunters, we're going to receive ourselves different tickets that in future, I believe with a certain amount, we will be able to exchange them for certain hunters that we already have. It's not like that we're going to get ourselves a hunter that we didn't receive ourselves at all. We should have this hunter, but we'll be able to get additional dupes, so additional ways to get higher advancements. It's not a bad thing, I guess. They also presented and answered different questions, and the next one is going to be about adding the new boss to the battlefield of time, which is not bad. Me personally, especially with having certain mythical runes and blessings, it's easier right now to beat bosses and certain stages with better time, and it's not that difficult, so I'm kinda enjoying this mode. It's not that tough if you have the required runes and blessings, but again, I guess it's not for everyone. For me personally, that's fine. I'm enjoying BOT, and one new boss isn't a bad thing, like at all. And also we're waiting for the new collaboration, or not new, but the second part of it, where we're going to receive 3 additional new hunters, which is not that bad by my understanding so far as we had in previous update. They are great addition, they're not too OP, let's say, they're not that mandatory, and they're providing additional ways to get them easier without a lot of investments. And even with their banner, if you're going to lose a 50-50, you're going to receive the other collab unit, which is not that bad. We're going to receive the Wind Hunter, the Fire Hunter, and the Dark Hunter. I believe they're all going to be DPS units. I'm not sure about it for 100%, but I guess so. We'll have to see how it's going to be. And they presented their animations as well. Soyeon, yeah, the girl with guns. I believe she's going to be the wind, I assume, or the fire. The other girl, fist fighter, and Yuki, yeah, she's going to be, I guess, fire. Anyways, the fighters are cool from my perspective. We don't have anyone with such type of a weapon, so this is kind of a new animations and new performance overall, not bad. And the last one but not the least, which I'm waiting as well, quite a decent one, presentation of a Dark Hunter with the scythe. Her animation's dope, I'm not gonna lie. And dark units, they need buffs for sure, they need some additions, and we're going to receive in the upcoming update. After this one, I guess, Ilhan, who is going to be a dark unit. I'm not sure which type. People speculating and saying that he's going to be a breaker. I mean, I guess that's fine, because all the latest breakers, they were kind of a hybrid units, and if he's going to deal decent damage, why not? And she's going to be a good one addition from a DPS perspective for Dark Team, I guess. Here are costumes which we'll be able to get, and also they presented quite a lot of events that are going to be related to our characters that we're going to receive for collab units. I mean, different mini games which are new, and we will have a season pass where we will be able to get some additional copies if you're going to purchase it, so it make it even easier to raise them up to A5 or whatever advancement is going to be needed, especially for those who are spending quite some amount on the game. For the others, even for free, they're going to give some free copies, which is not that bad. For the minigame, me personally, I liked this one. I was playing on mobile for such games quite a lot. I'm kind of curious how it's going to be with the controller, not gonna lie, because I'm a player with a controller, and usually I was playing such type of games with mobile device where it's obvious you're just clicking it manually with your fingers, the buttons that are appearing. With the controller is going to be a little bit messy, I guess, but anyways, it looks cool. Again, I'm kind of enjoying such type of games, so we'll see. At least it's not something really that annoying from my perspective, and if they're going to add different songs, there are going to be different actions, let's say, this is going to be cool, because, you know, playing a single one song for the whole duration of this event is going to be just nonsense. What else? They're adding certain missions for each of the characters, for each of the collab unit that we are having, and they're going to provide some additional rewards for shadows and so on. So additional ways to improve your power, improve your course or whatever is going to be, maybe artifacts, the level of your shadow army, their weapons and so on. Yeah, it's a good one. Here is actually the season pass, and here they're going to present also different outfits for the hunters and a lot of other additional rewards. Selection chest for, what is it, runes, I guess. This is great because from my perspective, farming transcendent runes, I mean fragments for transcendence of different runes, it's the most painful. Like blessings, they're going really easy in my case specifically, but here, yeah, with runes we need more ways definitely to do it. What else they're presenting here? So here is going to be the new guild boss, and this is going to be the giant statue. I have a feeling that hunters are going to die like freaking insects. Because his attacks are kind of insane. They are hitting by a huge area, and yeah, I mean, this is going to be something. Anyways, we're going to see how it's going to perform and what kind of recommended stats they're going to be presented and so on. This is something new because of Fakna and Queen. Me personally, I'm tired. I'm not even a real fan of guild boss fights, I'm not gonna lie, but this is something new to try out. Yeah, why not? They're also presenting the co-op mode with the architect, which is nice. Me personally waiting for it. It looks cool from perspective that I'm not sure if you're going to see the other player doing the stuff. Like, is it going to be presented like that, or you're going to see on your screen only yourself as a main character, and maybe somewhere around you will be able to observe the other player. But anyways, maybe some gimmicks, they're going to be interesting, where you have to rely on your partner and actually making such collaborations with other players and your friends, specifically players that you're able to rely on. This is going to be a cool aspect, not just random people, because I believe some players, they might do some real mess or not play at all, and this is going to be just a waste of time. I'm not interested in such type of a gameplay. I want to have people which I can choose for myself who I want to play with. This is an important aspect for me personally. They're also presenting the new mode, not mode, but missions, where you will be able to send your shadows for different type of missions and farm additional resources. And this is a great opportunity to farm something that is missing for yourself, maybe for the shadows growth, maybe for your armory or something like that. or maybe for the growth of your hunters. This is a good addition. It's supposed to be here, and I'm totally fine with that. They're also presenting the story expansion, so we're going to receive new chapters for reverse modes, for a normal one and hard one, and the expert is going to be expanded till chapter 15. Me personally, I finished expert mode completely with full trophies, and this is additional resources, new tickets, more essence stone. This is nice. More resources for overall growth of power of your account, and I'm kinda curious to see what kind of requirements for the total power are going to be presented in the expert mode. It might be difficult, but we're going to see. They're also presenting the artifact modification event and crafting event. This is a cool one aspect that we'll be able to again recraft and redo some artifacts that are not that good, but they have a good potential. Anyways, I still think that this is a huge waste of resources. I understand that this gives a lot of improvements, but oh my god, I don't know. I want them to finally do it in a certain way that you're able to somehow choose the stats that you want to finally buff for yourself. I understand that this is RNG aspect, and it's supposed to be kinda okay, but I don't like it, I'm not gonna lie. Check-in event for 500 days, additional resources, legendary rune was going to be for the shadow, some growth materials, transcendent box for runes, I believe it's going to be a selection one, more gold, more resources. Not bad, yeah, why not? They're also going to do some improvements for the artifacts, I guess, to better understand what do you have, or maybe navigate a little bit better, or maybe more suitable pieces or something like that, I don't know. Battle tier expansion. Some players reach the maximum cap, but these are huge whales anyways. And for instance dungeons and encore missions up to tier 20, you will have all elements available as week 1, and further they're going to be divided into specifically recommended certain elements that we have right now. It makes easier for new players to farm artifacts and get more trophies, so it's not a bad thing. And here they told actually about the improvement for the dark team. Overall, they didn't present what kind of improvements they're going to do specifically, but anyways, it's not a bad thing. Dark team deserves some love, and they need it for sure. Maybe even it won't be that required to get yourself new units if you're not willing to, and maybe with all teams you will be able to do some decent results in the current modes that we have, or maybe that are going to be presented in future. Again, I'm waiting for the buffs that they're going to do with the team, and I believe that's pretty much it. They were yapping a little bit about different stuff, but overall there are quite a lot of things to expect in the upcoming update. Not bad, not bad. So they're presenting more details, and this is a cool aspect. Anyways, I'm waiting for the update. Let me know what do you think, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Take care.